So I finished this whole project already, and I just can't figure out how to do the intro. So that's really what's holding me up. And I think the best solution from doing this many times is I'll just put on some cluster truck and just yap for 5 minutes. So this is me yapping for 5 minutes just to hear an hour and 25 more minutes of yapping. But no, if you're watching this, I'm dead. Um, no. If you're watching this, this is an hour and 30 minutes of me bragging about my accomplishments. Wait, both of those are probably true. Not the dead one, hopefully I don't plan to die. But yeah, pretty much I did make an hour and a half documentary about myself. As egotistical as that seems, that's unfortunately the reality, but I still have 4 more minutes to explain why I did this, so I'm gonna go in and try to defend myself. But yeah, pretty much my whole life, as you're about to see, has been dedicated to making something creative, right? Whether it's like a book, movie, music. It's just kind of rotated between those three areas with some sub areas that I don't really know what to include. The they them category, if you will. And yeah, so I deleted everything when I got to college and started taking my education a little more seriously. And then I'm just kind of like, dang, what do I do with all this stuff? So I know the only way to put it to rest was to make this little thing. And this is really, in a lot of ways, a defense on my production, which is why it comes across so, like, selfish, so to speak. Like, that's the wrong word, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it comes across as like, look at what all I've done. Look at all how cool all this stuff is. Look, you loser, what did you do? And it comes across that way because I'm trying to consolidate everything I've ever done in an hour and 30 minutes when there's like probably over 2 weeks of content altogether. And this is like a consolidated way so that if you are a potential employer, if I ever become a politician and you want to dig up dirt on me, here's like a outline to know where to look for to dig up dirt because there's some interesting stuff in here, and I'm portraying it as honest as possible. Everything I ever made is on here, and you can take the liberty to find the actual projects yourself if you really want to because everything's out there somewhere, and there's definitely a digital footprint, and that's why I deleted it all to avoid the digital footprint. But I'd rather defend why I did it because I don't view this stuff as objectively bad. Like, yeah, there is a book about religious fish that's very edgy. But I also wrote it in fifth to sixth grade, so it's like I don't know if I'm necessarily embarrassed that I wrote a book in fifth to sixth grade. Um, I'm embarrassed on the content. Like if I wrote that now, I'd be like, what is this? It's very ignorant and stuff. And I mean, the first album is very cringy. Some of the things in there, but it's still an album, and it's 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 that because the fact is I've always worked, I've always done education, and I've also always done production. And right now I have to sever that because academia and future employers don't want to hear that, right? They don't want to hear about production. They'd rather hear, yeah, I just chill with my friends and I love my friends and we just sit there and do nothing. Because it's less liability, and I get that from an employer standpoint. But also for me, it's like this sort of is my portfolio of everything, and it's if I was in the world of cinema, it would be a pretty good portfolio. But unfortunately, I'm going completely contrary to that. So yeah, just to explain exactly what this is, it takes you through three parts of my creative endeavors. It comes into pre-young Skippy, which is basically everything I made from childhood, out of my first little picture book I wrote, all the way to my first song. And then it goes into young Skippy, which was basically my middle school to high school era, where most of my productions were released. Then it goes to post young Skippy, which is like when I quit production, because I did quit, and kind of my little productions I made to come back because I needed it as like a creative outlet. And then it goes into the outro, which explains why I'm basically actually done this time and why this is the last project. This is the New Testament. No, I shouldn't do that. This is the new covenant. This is the new portfolio. This is the final project, right? This is the end. And yeah, you're about to see it, or maybe you won't. And I don't really know who you are, but if you're watching this, thank you. And if it comes across cocky, sorry, not sorry, sort of. It's kind of impossible to do this without sounding. So here is me doc, or whatever this ends up being called. my creative journey started with a seemingly meaningless comment made by my mother. It was about a 10-year-old who became the youngest author ever after writing about a religious experience. And this fact obsessed me. I was 8 when she told me, and I was not an author by any means, but I knew I still had time. I began working on comic books with my next door neighbor Kanan, and we made a lot of them. Looking back, they're largely awful, lacked plot, and still today almost entirely unintelligible. Yet Kanan and I somehow managed to captivate our second grade classroom, and we began taking requests and distributing them through our new mailman, Caleb. Yet, as I approached closer to 9 years old, I realized that my time was running short. I needed to beat that 10-year-old. So I got to work in 2013, published my first novel, Super Pizza Man, which was dedicated to Caleb and Kanan and was about a pizza who was obsessed with eating everything. Despite the fact I still have no clue where my mother's comment about the 10-year-old author came from, and although the book was pretty bad and technically not even published, I truly believed that I had become the youngest author at 8 years old. So the question was, what do I do now? As an 04 baby, I was the prime audience of Minecraft and YouTube, which seemed to be taking over the world when I was going through grade school. And although it probably didn't take over the world, it definitely took over my world, as through the alias of Chico the Chicken, I began pushing out Minecraft content, which I put way too much time into. While there is technically some editing, how I have any views is beyond me. To those viewers who survived my prepubescent voice, I question why anyone would even bother to watch such long content videos with such odd names.
Uh-oh. Goddamn coyotes again. Uh-oh.
For other characters, I would use my friend Uriel, Osvaldo, and Nino, and because they didn't have computers, I would have them on a Skype call and pretend they were in the world, which actually worked quite well.
Is this McDonald's or Subway?
It's Subway, don't ask why.
Why are you, I'm not even gonna ask.
I said don't ask why, so what would you want?
Sometimes it didn't work so well, though.
Stranger danger.
But I'm a mailman.
I get a point, you are the mailman.
Still, if there was one thing I prized from this content, it was my world building, in which I built a functioning casino, a shuttle service, a replica of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, an Apple Store, a hospital, a Home Depot, a Who's Your Daddy home replica, and a bar.
But you have to be over 21 to go to a bar. I think not. This isn't America.
The reason I think this stuff is so crazy is because I use no modifications for my world. I actually use command blocks to naturally modify the game, which is fairly common practice, but I took it one step further, which actually led to my first viral video called How to Make Custom NPCs in Vanilla Minecraft.
Follow this guide to make your very own custom NPC, completely custom.
This was a tutorial that was actually quite involved and modified zombie pigment structure through code and changing game files. With 11,000 views, I experienced my first hate, which was actually really good for me and inspired me to keep going. Yet my favorite part of the Chico the Chicken YouTube era is the random non-Minecraft content I uploaded, and I still don't quite understand why. There's videos like viruses and how to remove them, try not to laugh or grin challenge, Donald Trump's wall versus Hillary Clinton's Pokeballs, and my personal favorite,
Top 10 videos on the internet of all time.
and the #1 video on the entire 2016 internet was
The Dog of Wisdom by Uncle Unique Joe again.
Even as I became involved with my YouTube video creation, I never stopped writing. Even as I learned I did not set the record for the world's youngest author, I still moved to create a book. A real book. The first novel I finished had 90 pages and 25,000 words, so about half of a real book count. It consisted of the story of Monk Shark and Holy Fish, whom traveled throughout history to try to find Jesus Fish, but instead ignorantly discovered the cruelty of the world instead. If there is one creation that is likely to age poorly, it is this. Because I didn't understand history yet, my underwater allegories did not come through. Taken out of context, Fish trying to escape Hitler the Hermit Crab by catching a train on the Underground Railroad does not speak well to my name, but it's something I created nonetheless, so it should be mentioned. I also created the concepts of a plan for a book called Liberal Lizard, which was a political version of The Religious Sea. Although I liked this concept better, it never really got past the planning phase and served more as an overly fleshed out idea than an actual work. During this time, I also began to work on the Aaron Jenkins series, which was a way of formatting and romanticizing stories of school by making every one of my classmates a chip. Some of these were a little too edgy, and I feared offending anyone, so I only really showed one close friend named Jordan. I never realized how many of these I actually made until I opened up the folder and laid them out. Some of them I digitalized, but the vast majority remained on paper. And that leads me to my final piece of writing, Skippy's North American Adventure, which was about my dog Skippy, who travels across North American countries in hope of finding his way back to America. It's a very lighthearted story and a personal favorite of my mother. I would always read it to her as I wrote it, and although it was over 30,000 words and nearing finish when I entered middle school, I completely gave up on it. I gave up, which is something I'd never done before. I just had no interest and began to get more involved with friends, school, and my new candy business. YouTube and writing were no longer cool. And this is also the point when I quit Chico the Chicken and playing Minecraft altogether. Even though I'd quit my creative endeavors, I still had skills in video editing and content creation that I had never realized. While my production is still considered awful by my standards now, at the time not many 7th graders could do much more than crop a video. This is why when National History Day rolled around, our documentary on World War II was so impressive that our teacher suggested that we move on to compete in our district.
World War II was a terrible era.
Together, Kanan, my 2nd grade collaborator, Nick, a good friend, and Aaron, whom Aaron Jenkins was modeled after, we began preparing to compete, and after winning district and regionals, we went on to Austin to the state competition and placed 3rd in the state, just one place away from moving up to nationals. Even though we were all bummed we placed 3rd, we had accomplished a great feat, especially considering how bad our documentary was and how much false info was in it.
This documentary showed real footage of what happened. The battle was fought between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany.
One of the most famous Jews, Anne Frank, was in Auschwitz.
D-Day stands for Designated Day.
Due to our success, we decided that in 8th grade we would go even harder and drive to win nationals. We believed that our failure to make nationals was due to a broadness of topic, so we chose Pablo Escobar for our 2018 topic. We worked even harder on this one, and changed the format to be a real documentary style, with us talking to the camera instead of voiceovers. Yet, when we went to competition, we didn't even make it past regionals, finishing last place in North Texas. Looking back, this was for 2 major reasons. For one, the topic was a bad topic, and because of Netflix's show Narcos, Pablo Escobar was not seen as a proper historical figure, and our interest in the topic was rather concerning than admirable, as the judges probably saw us as a bunch of just edgy teenagers. Most importantly, in regards to this video, the production quality was awful. For one, I couldn't get the lip sync down, which was disastrous.
Pablo Escobar changed Colombia and the world as we know it.
Even worse, the video made our speech mistakes look somehow worse, as the mispronunciations could be seen as we tried to lock into reading the script.
DA would be happy and Pablo would leave everyone alone. It was a win-win situation for everyone, or was it?
Also, the scene was so hectic. I mean, what the hell was Skippy doing there? Unfortunately, it was such a mess that it led to Nick and I falling out. Aaron tried to get all the guys back together for National History Day in 2019, but we all seemed to just go our own ways. The failure actually served to humble me. I began to look more into learning about production and not just self-teaching, since I largely blame myself for our failure at National History Day. I started a channel called Young Skippy, where I made gaming content from a fresh start. The uploads are actually watchable, and I edited my video times to be between 10 to 20 minutes. I started the channel for Sims 4 content, where I followed a clown named Suicidal Sam who always wanted to die, and he did, finishing the 4-part series.
I guess Suicidal Sam got his dream. How is the makeup not dead off? I guess he actually is a clown.
Then I moved to other gameplay content on Call of Duty, GTA, Fallout, and Hitman Free Trial for some reason. The GTA compilation is probably my favorite video, as I never really told anyone I was recording our gameplay, leading to really genuine reactions.
Max, please don't kill him. It's gonna fail our mission. Oh my god!
This era was fun, but not as rewarding as I virtually got no views and largely kept the channel a secret to avoid ridicule at school. Yet, this would all change when I met JSB. Jalen Brown was the musician of our school, and under the name of JSB, everyone thought he was going to be the one to make it. Yet such publicity brought criticism, as some insisted his latest album was trash, so unable to handle the hate, he quit. As a fan, I couldn't handle him quitting, so I devised a plan. Released the hardest diss track on him so that he had to reply, forcing him out of retirement. So featuring Jordan and Dimitrik, Young Skippy released his first song, Mr. Brown's Funeral.
Who killed JSB, you may ask? Maybe a heart attack or got hit with a cat, but no, it was an irrelevant kid who called us rap cat. That's how soy you are. Don't even go that far.
In an unexpected twist, the song became more popular than any of Jalen's songs and kind of blew up throughout our school. People I didn't even know would approach me in the hallway as Young Skippy. But unfortunately for Jalen, he came out of retirement, but his response received little acclaim, as it's fair to say that creative destruction got the better of him and led to a new era that young Skippy would dominate. After the success of Mr. Brown's funeral, Jordan and I got to work on our next big song, Father and Son Fishing Trip.
I just came back from church in a 2019 Porsche. Better do your research. I just bought my own merch. I'm a Christian rapper, not a lion trapper. Call me the red snapper. Calm down, snowflake. It's a knee slapper.
Although it didn't blow up as much as Mr. Brown's funeral, it was still widely heard and received a lot of good feedback. To ride this wave, Jordan and I released our third single, Ultra Rat, which definitely got Jordan more locked into music.
I'm pro-gun, church is pretty fun, popping hose with the nuns. When I go for a run, I feel like the chosen one. I live in Walmart, feast off Pop-Tarts. It's a work of art, don't make me deep park.
There's also our more forgotten 4 song, which featured Dimitrik and was called Black Golf.
I got a drip swag, come run me your bag. Girl is calling me dad, give me your cash, I know that you mad. I'm here with young Skippy.
Then there's also my unexpected 5th song, which was made on a whim with Jordan and a friend named Big Aaron, and was called Family Friendly Robbery.
We ain't playing games, yeah, never switching lanes, yeah, we don't do cocaine, yeah, only smoke that grain, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey.
This song was influential because I didn't care how it performed or if it made me cool or lame. It taught me that the fun could be seen in the product if I didn't make creation a chore, yet it would be a while till I truly understood that lesson. As for other stuff, I tried my hand at kickstarting a YouTube career again, but nothing seemed to land. I first attempted to create a channel called The Adinator, which was supposed to be like a cinema sins of advertisements, but it completely flopped, and only after episode 1 of reviewing CRTV, I never continued the channel's future.
But I just think the ads make it absolutely terrible. I'm just gonna roll the ad right now. This is already making me mad. Why is he introducing it to the entire America? Like,
I also started a channel to make the top 10 scariest monsters in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, but it was really random, and even though it performed decently, it basically had nothing to do with anything else.
There's so many scary stares and mind F words that'll make you literally deny time and time again that you're watching Scooby-Doo and not Black Mirror.
Besides that, I continued my production skills in school projects, which would always blow the teachers away from my hidden ability to overachieve, rather than just take a video of myself talking into mic.
Hey yo, penis fish. If you were a carrot and there was a carrot holocaust, where would you hide?
Unfortunately, my projects were almost always sarcastic and always served to piss the teachers off rather than make them supportive of my endeavors. For my English project, where we had to find the literary devices in song lyrics, the Disingenious analysis received a poor grade despite its defense of literary devices.
Well, in original analysis, I thought he was talking about space travel. With more research, I realized he is not talking about spacecraft travel at all. With deep research, I have found that he is referring to getting heavily intoxicated off narcotics to receive what the youth calls a high. He is stating that he gets so high that he is all the way to Venus, while everyone else can only get this high to Mars. Although Earth is in the middle of these 2 planets, we learn that Venus is almost double the distance to Mars, therefore putting flight at the top of the high hierarchical pyramid with this metaphor. The Stop Animal Cruelty project almost got me expelled, as shooting down an animal abuser in front of an elementary school was probably not the best way to portray my message.
Stop animal cruelty. It needs to be done.
In How to Read Literature Like a Literary Professor, my teacher took great offense at me mocking looking too deep into meanings.
In How to Read Literature Like a Literary Professor, Thomas C. Foster shows that there is deep meaning in anything, and everything has a purpose, even this no-budget knockoff car film.
Probably the worst was in response to the speech topic on a political issue that mattered deeply to us, and legalizing prostitution was definitely not the direction my teacher wanted me to go.
Even though prostitution is legal, there are many prostitutes in Texas. Some may claim that we should make laws to prohibit it more, but there already are laws to prohibit it more, and that's not stopping anything, so we obviously need a better solution here.
Even in my organization, Youth Environmental Leaders, they did not take kindly to my social media content and took it as a mockery to everything they stood for.
What's your problem anyways?
I was born into a concentrated animal feeding operation in 2012.
My life was hard when I was born. I was born in a CAFO, or concentrated feeding animal operation. As for music, I had a personal project brewing that was relatively hidden. My surprise album, Trash Room. Featuring 12 songs and 12 features, the album was a culmination of my efforts. After reviewing Father and Son Fishing Trip and Mr. Brown's Funeral to see what I did right, I then reviewed Ultra Rat and Black Golf to see what I did wrong. I believe that I mastered a formula, edgy lyrics with a clear flow. And the album performed awful. This was by far my worst release, and the only part of my creative career I would argue that I probably regret. The album was forced, the flow was choppy, and it was not charming in the way my previous releases were. I still cringe a little when I hear the songs today.
Not connected, not corrected, considered me infected. Parted from others, started from others, reached out of colors, free what I have.
All my niggas where I'm can marry. Yeah, trenches where it's very scary. Wanna see your homie? He in the cemetery.
Yeah, my boy, Max, we going up.
Made lots of money yesterday.
Nice.
I'm fine, I can't get no good nights.
No good nights, man.
I'm fine, I won't have no good nights.
No good nights ever.
Stayed up all night, making shower thoughts. The objective is to play the least golf.
I'm Santa Claus in March, climbing in her chimney.
So, it's not a surprise that my first song got 500 listens, the second 200, and a similar trend until the last song, which got a measly 40. Still, there were some positive aspects. For one, my classmates like Super Simps, which was a skit about a simp and a simp in denial.
Ah, you hear that, dog? What a low simp. He's so lousy, while I'm a godly pimp. We're not alike. My story is quite unique. I have a friend who I love very deep. I would tell her this, but she's always asleep. Straight to call me a slave, see her in hall but tended to hay. Aw, man, she left me unopened. She tested first, now my hope is reawoken.
Another fun one was Simple Bars, which was featuring the baby. In the whole album, lyrically wise, there were only really 2 good verses. Coming from my friend Andrew and What Is There to Lose?
Diamond bracelets shining like the moon up in the air. Got some smoke, wanna smoke, get a higher than some kites up in the air. Yeah.
And my cousin Elias on Escape the Trash Room.
And I don't know if it's hard to tell, but I'm a demon spawned straight from out of hell. And now I know I'm not ever gonna get expelled, as long as I know how to spell. My name is TOGINCAP. I'm the real OG, but better keep that low key, cause it's better that they all don't know me, cause all I see in their eyes is envy and mostly jealousy.
Even though I don't particularly like the album, I still found it extremely demonstrative of failure, as it lost me my credibility and my audience. Starting back on square one had me thinking more constructively, and was probably a pretty good ego death for me. After the release of Trash Room in 2022, our school gave us an extended spring break because of some coronavirus that we knew nothing about, and we couldn't have been more excited. We maximized our social time during this extended spring break, and when waiting on a friend named Nate, me and Caleb decided to write a diss track on him for not answering our calls. This diss track is named Nathan's Funeral, and is likely the most successful song I have to date.
Used to be friends, now we are enemies. Crossed us once, now you're dead to me. Remember you didn't want to play 2K with me, now I'm rich, and you envy me. Nate, riddle me this: if you hate me so much, why you want to kiss?
Due to its success, we did the right thing and made a music video for it, which we released during an extension of the extended spring break.
Call me a liar after you lied, hate you so much I hope you die. You're my team sucks, but and I beat you, so shut up. I have no respect for a rat that me to be in a PlayStation chat.
Clearly, I finally learned a lesson from all my flops. I can only make good music if it's the music I actually want to create. There is no need to create a persona when I'm better at just being myself. Our excitement over the extended spring break did not age well, as it was announced that the COVID-19 pandemic would end our freshman semester and things started to close down. This was unfortunate for me, as I had a lucrative candy business that could not function without school in session, so I had to find a way to announce its temporary closure as a non-essential business to my audience. Fortunately, I had already started filming an ad for the spring, and figured since everyone was already social distancing, I might as well release it to promote our decision to close our doors.
You won't be if you buy from the International Candy Cartel. Don't take my word for it. Listen to some customers that have very valid reviews and were not paid whatsoever.
This is Philip Owens, and I like dark chocolate.
Super scrumptious at a fair price.
I ain't a woman, but I love chocolate.
And that bite has some full power.
Yet, ironically, the international candy cartel's end was only the beginning, as quarantine made me realize one very important thing. Everyone was stuck at home with nothing to do. This gave me an endless supply of audience, helpers, and actors that had nothing better to do than either help me or watch my content. Since the international candy cartel ad blew up a little bit, I figured I was going to do something kind of crazy. I was going to make a movie, and over the course of a year, that crazy idea became a reality. As from July 13th of 2020 to July 4th of 2021, the hour-and-a-half all-original soundtrack film with over 50 actors and actresses was finalized, and that film was called Fender Benders. Fender Benders was a story about a black 1950 Chevrolet Suburban, voiced by my friend Kanan, and his two friends Benz, voiced by Big Aaron from Family Friendly Robbery, and Beamer, voiced by me.
Dang, I need an oil change.
After unlikely falling in love with a yellow 1950 Chevrolet Suburban, voiced by Katie.
Holy!
Yeah, say it. I'm old. I already know.
That's my model!
Oh my gosh, it can't be.
She is promptly killed by Train, voiced by Ed the Barber, causing major distraught in him and leading him to fall into a deep depressive state.
No!
Trying to find a way to cure his depression, Benz and Beamer take him to see the King, voiced by my cousin Isaiah, where 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black trains to reach third gear.
I think we're ready to enter third gear.
After accidentally hitting on Train's girlfriend, a green 1950 Chevrolet Suburban, an annoyed 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black gives up and returns to Benz and Beamer, and together they look for recruitment on a gas field where they learn the toxicity of the heavy equipment industry.
We are not scared of no one.
We powered by diesel, baby!
Upon leaving this environment, Benz is surprised to find himself the father of Baby Benz, voiced by Kiernan. Not wanting to be a father, he plans to kill Baby Benz, but fails, and soon realizes to accept his son for who he is.
Dead! Son! How could I have ever tried to get rid of you? You are me!
But then Baby Benz gets crushed by a
train!
Yet there is no time for mourning, as 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black is promptly arrested and accused of car slaughter under the court of Judge Pickup, voiced by Natalie.
Order in the court! Will you accept an apology, Ford Coupe?
No.
He is originally forgiven, but after a testimony from Police Hummer, voiced by Subahan, he is sentenced to the mental asylum for life.
I sentenced 1950 Chevrolet Suburban to the mental asylum.
At least we don't gotta give up oil.
Court dismissed.
Benz tries desperately to free his friend from the mental asylum, but without the assistance of Beamer, Benz has to recruit Hummer, voiced by Caleb, and his gang to help him with this task.
Alright team, let's do this.
Let's go, we're a team.
Don't get your hopes up.
After the plan proves successful, 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black is finally free, but he has to hide under the radar, and the only way to do that is to go to Hummer's gas house.
Do you cars even rest?
Resting is for the weak-minded. Stay woke.
Oh god.
I gotta get out of here.
The gas house drives him crazy, so with Benz, they go on a journey to get convertible some octane from the cartels.
Do you have any last words?
After fighting through the cartels, the cars return with the octane, which is much too strong for convertible, and his motor overflows.
I need this. Yeah. Don't you think that's a little too much?
Sorry, should have mentioned it. It was a strong octane.
You think?
Quarantine. And you know that stuff is really messed up. No one really cares about no quarantine. They be locking up everything. All stores, malls, parks. School is out now, so we have to use Zoom. My career is going boom boom. And I get my exercise too.
Is he okay?
At Convertible's funeral, Benz, Beamer, and 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black park outside to chat about Beamer's disappearance.
Hey, if anyone was a bad friend, it was you.
As they're chatting, the chapel in which the funeral was taking place was bombed, and 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black is bore to blame.
It appears 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black is targeting emergency vehicles for possible Motor City overthrowing.
Even worse, Beamer goes missing, so Ben's 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black search out and accidentally discover a failing Motor City political system in which Donald Trump, voiced by Ariane, and Joe Bentley, voiced by Landry, are found to be both equally corrupt.
Nothing else.
We were.
Get out of my office.
Mr. Bentley, are you okay?
I just need to rest.
Beamer is eventually found, but he is part of a cult of Beamers led by Z8, voiced by Trey, Red Coupe, voiced by Erilyn, and White Coupe, voiced by Adriana, who plan on overthrowing Motor City
for the Beamers.
Even as Benz and 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black realize that the current Motor City is severely broken, plagued with cartels, toxic heavy equipment, fake media, lying politicians, poor legal system, and class divide, they understand that Motor City run by nationalist Beamers would be even more problematic.
You really want to put the Beamers in charge of Motor City?
So Benz and 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black fight off all the other Beamers in an epic showdown, and upon finding their Beamer on the top of a roof, Beamer commits suicide and pulls 1950 Chevrolet Suburban Black down with him. If this plot sounds everywhere, that's because it was. I had much difficulty in making it, and many times I had to change the scripts as, with over 50 actors, they all had their own requests and ideas. While I originally had a great following and much interest, it faded after the third installment and was virtually unseen after the fifth installment. This proved difficult for two main reasons. For one, I had little desire to continue, as no one seemed to care if I completed it or not. For two, it was hard to get my actors and actresses to send lines, sometimes to the point where I would literally have to kill off their characters rather than deal with sending them another set of lines. Fortunately, there's no gaps in characters, and even the ones I killed off gave me their ending lines, so every actor and actresses sent lines for the final installment, which was really great for me. There is also a DVD release of this, which I had unique intros that were all really fun to make, and honestly came out really well. I made about 100 of these with unique intros such as Malcolm in the Middle.
You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now, and you're not so big. You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now, and you're not so big. Life is unfair.
Neon Genesis. The Brady Bunch.
That's the way they all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. That's the way they became the Brady Bunch.
Gravity Falls. And my personal favorite.
Going downtown, I'm gonna have myself time. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. Going down south, I'm gonna leave my woes behind. Everybody doing it, people spouting hallelujah. Heading on up south, I'm gonna see if I can unwind. Come on down south, I can meet some friends of mine.
Yet one of my favorite parts of Fender Benders lied within its music, as its all-original soundtrack encouraged some original tracks I made, such as Backos.
Chilling with my back straight on the back road. Gotta take a lot off my mind, so I like to drive very, very far away.
I even got the micro-celebrity Lomar to allow me to use his Letter to My Crush, which was a huge accomplishment at the time. But the best part was getting the artist of true talent to make songs, which many of them are limited just to Fender Benders.
My engine runs for you. It must be true. The way I feel for you.
I know where you're going. Yes, boy, I see. I always wanted it to be just you and me. Together, you and me against the world, that's where I'd be. Just wanted us to be the happiest family.
Woke up, went to school, feeling down like I'm out of fuel. Saw you in the highway, fine like a jewel, making me drool. to ask myself, is this really bait? Grab her trunk, she said hey, but I didn't know what to say. Told her sorry for the delay, asked her to stay, please don't play with my V8. Let me be your babe. She said okay, it's a date. I was so happy like it's my birthday.
Even as Fender Benders was my main focus of 2020, I also had a few releases, which although were mainly helping out with features, they were also pretty enjoyable songs and further demonstrated that my strength in music creation lie within the creative process itself. Central Business District was made with Canon, and although it's a largely forgettable song, you can still hear the fun we had making it through its lyrics.
You driving downtown, hit a lick underground, just be like a roundhouse, 100 rounds, hit you up, looking like a clown now, you driving downtown.
Narnia was another song that was made with Big Aaron, Jordan, and Andrew, and is still one of my favorite songs to date.
I guess it's my turn to talk about tripping out onto drugs, and I don't smoke loud, I have a grand fear of circus clowns. When you toe across the floor, don't make a sound, don't copyright me, cause I wrote it all. Look me up in the Bible, 3 before John. Before this closure, I'd be at the mall. Air Force's Yeezys, no Louis Vuittons.
We also tried to assemble a rap group with Jordan, JSB, Andrew, and Big Aaron, but some turmoil between Jordan and Jalen led to Dallas Panic being short-lived with no formally released music. Yet the most notable song during this era was Eat Gas featuring Q-Dog.
I be smoking all the gases. I don't get how people don't show. Now gas is really gorilla glue.
I have to pause here to amplify the hilariousness of Q-Dog, which, although I included him in Trash Room 1, Eat Gas really showed his true personality. A lot of people wanted to see a music video of this, and I agreed. So me, Q-Dog, and his brother Ruben recorded a music video in one day outside of their apartment. This video even got banned from our school district's YouTube, and it's honestly no wonder why.
Oh, gas. Yeah!
The Eat Gas music video would grow to become my best upload, so I ran some diagnostics. What made a successful versus unsuccessful upload? My audience demographics were entirely Mesquite with no outside audience, which was good, and actually even better, but it begged the question of what made Fender Benders 1 part so good and Fender Benders Part 8 so bad. What made this question so interesting is that Fender Benders 8, when watched, was arguably more enjoyable, better quality, and funnier, but there was no audience to even witness that, and they didn't want to try to either. The reason the Q-Dog music video became so popular was because of Q-Dog, not because of me, and I could capitalize off of this. So that's what I took into making Trash Room 2, which would be my redemption album and would feature 25 people, all equally unlikely to ever make music. It would be a cacophony of a talent show, and such madness marks the point in which I began to take pride in my creations. I mean, you have Mr. Laws, a country boy from Gatesville, paired with Ruben on a song called Money, Alcohol, Guns, and Alcohol.
F, I'm a new president. Villa the Gates, I'm a resident. Full of hate, yeah, I'm prejudiced. Don't mess with me, I'm thinking of business. I'll pee on you like Obama's kids. I'll stomp on these and regrets.
Next to Pedro Loaiza, our school stand-up comedian.
Man, you're overage, don't do that. I'm a comic, this is what I'm best at. Basically, women are made, but she just hit me with the bat. I did not hit her, were you in the back? I love my dad, he likes rap. I ain't gay though, I just sing these tracks for my friends. My humor will never end. I sat on Jordan's bed, 4 times I've had sex. Sorry to that one ex.
Q-Dog came back, but with JSB.
Gonna pull a silver lid, pop it, put it heroin. Got some lean in my cup, gonna get crossed up, get it faded every day, praying that I get paid. I wanna escape this pain, get it how it feels the same. Don't know how to act when you're around, pound that hoe straight to the ground. Yeah, I'm liking the sound. Girl, let me take you to town.
And I even brought Jake back for Mexican golf.
Danny JJ better know it's true. I'm an atheist, but I won't leave no room. I'm a white boy with no auto-tune. Mess with us and we'll send you straight to the moon. We don't shoot gun, we have class. Don't be stunning now, jackass. That wasn't no threat. It's a joke for you. Got locked up, but it wasn't true.
Even though I ghost wrote for almost all the features, it didn't matter because my audience craved the unlikely, so I didn't mind not getting credit. One of my favorite ghost writes was getting Nate from Nathan's Funeral on a song called Whole Lotta Trash.
We go crazy on the verse, I go pop a dollar purse. Don't get sexy, go to church, eating pussy like fish. Straight to the one women, that's the Nathan way. I take drugs, but I'm okay. Smoking lemonade, shooting crack and getting fade. Yeah, be making no play. Shout out even City, you know he's the one that's always with me. Got my back to the end, and I'm good at 2K.
Even my own talent began to shine as I gave my best verse in the Not So Sweet Escape.
And 4 to 6 pack from the dirty M, and that is fact. No one calls it that, but I do. So if you do, I'm a gay lord, not the homo kind. Millionaire, self-made, I'm a humble guy. Still making checks, making bets, cause I'm the winning guy. Different breed, I'm a mutt on the line. Call me cute dog, cause I might be bi. Not actually though, can't like guys. Just to fly with no wife, no kids. Just a piss in this diss. F Nathan and assist, escape the trash room, and I'm coming right back in. So I'll shoot my shot and finish this. No BS, this a diss to the 25 in this. Hate you all, is he y'all all in a bit for now? I'm checking out, got my passport and a fishing lure.
Yet the best feature on the album had to go to Carissa, who actually went crazy on Eli Brothers.
It's me again, Eli, not my name, but I still got game. Make a track, roast of fame. SoundCloud rappers, they all lame, and he tried to cause me pain. He's the one on crack cocaine, but he's a cancer, I'm not face. Tomofo, using cat emotes, slender man. Now that I get paper, that's some host. Guess that's why he is emo. Then I ghost, can I lie? For I am Eli, and I don't give a.
This album also gave me my most successful song to date, which blew up around the time I processed the deletion of my music with a song called F Israel.
It's just like me, I'm 100% real. No more deal, yes for real. We are not automobiles. But I'm still swerving lanes. Can't you see? He speaks my name. I got this gas in my veins. I can't go slow, I can't explain. Everything in life is right. Everything is looking good. I can't even say it's alright, as it should.
Even though I really knew nothing about the conflict, and the song takes no mention of Israel, Subhan, the Palestinian feature, seemed to deem the name good, so without question I accepted it, not realizing how much of a hot topic it would become. The only feature I wasn't able to get on the album was a guy named Gary Tripp, who made a song called Addicted. He had no interest in working with me, which I didn't appreciate, so every song on the album serves to diss him.
Hold up, you shot the wrong errand. Gonna change the flow, cause I'm not no parrot. I will up the score, deliver the carrot. Get the merit, getting money like I'm selling big rewards to a Karen. Me and I am one Aaron. We got the gummy bears and we ain't sharing. Get on Red Dead and they know I'm the sheriff. F. Garrett and his parents must be a lone wolf, cause I like my meat the rarest. That's fairness.
Gary Tripp, I wish I could push you off a cliff and then go kiss your sis.
Man, you're just fat, that is no cap. We go to the Mac like we on the bat, hitting racks, making blacks, that is facts. Gary Tripp is dead, hitting red. We don't like him cause he's dead. We don't need no money when you got a club.
Gary Tripp, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, F Gary Tripp.
Dope boys.
Stole these verses like we stole Gary Tripp's shoes. Cameron beat the guy up for $20 too. Him and his brother, and I'll kill his mother. This ain't a threat, this is a promise.
He's now in jail with only that song to his name. Just saying. While I was happy with achieving my first true success with Trash Room 2, I was eager to work on my next project, Trash Room 3. Yet no project would ever exist as I spilled Humex on my computer and needed to get another one. So I turned to a 9-to-5 to rack up some money and went on a temporary project hiatus while I earned enough money to buy a new computer. The only project made that summer was a fun little mini project that stemmed from a poorly made iMovie trailer Jordan, Caleb, and I had made a year ago, which we never actually anticipated to see the light of day. But it did, and Skippy Goes to Jail was brought forward to see the light.
Bum, 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 bum. It's kind of good though. Bum, 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 bum.
Although the production has nothing to do with Skippy or jail, it was my first live action project, which was actually really fun to make. Since I didn't have a computer at the time it was finished, I edited it on an iMovie through my phone, which gave it a fun aesthetic and makes it seem like one of my first projects. The story is kinda odd and featured Jordan, Caleb, and myself, and was filmed by Jordan's girlfriend at the time, Liz. It begins with Gaylord, the Terminator Joker-esque character played by myself, who gets angry after Jordan and Caleb insult his dog.
Dude, what is this? This is so stupid.
Look at that.
It's a dookie stain on his forehead, dude. This guy's so bad. Dude, what the F? What the heck?
right, dude.
After punching Jordan for not believing him in the legend of Gaylord, Gaylord takes Caleb to the tub where he plans to presumably kill him.
Skippy is my only friend. Ugh. Skippy sucks.
After a grilled cheese style intermission, Jordan comes back and rescues his friend, and they reunite having regretted turning on each other.
Suck on that. Are you okay?
Yeah, man.
Let's get out of here, man. Get out of here. F this guy. This guy sucks.
But then Gaylord rises up and shoots Jordan with a magnum.
I'm so glad this is good.
Caleb goes into a fit of rage and leads to a long fighting sequence which Caleb ultimately comes out victorious.
I'll never be your friend.
Its sequel, Queenie Goes to Rehab, was edited on a computer, but still shared the oddness of plot as it picks up where the last one went off.
Dude, nice one.
Dude,
That
hey,
was sick.
Hey, what about that Band-Aid though?
Hey, dude, did you forget I got shot?
Oh, by
So
Gaylord.
stupid. Gaylord shot me.
Look, I'm Gaylord right now. Holy shoot, man.
They decided they needed to make some money, so try to get on track with the up-and-coming rapper, Q-Dog.
We'll be doing big things, for real. We'll be doing big things. With Q-Dog, though. With Q-Dog. What do you mean? Pedro?
So Jordan gets his manager, played by Pedro, and goes and meets Q-Dog and his manager, played by Ruben.
How's sales doing? How's sales doing?
Oh, they're good.
Ours are like down terrible. Not even gonna lie. Dog shit.
We're doing great, but I'm scared if we keep producing at the rate we are.
Guys, when do I get to meet Q-Dog? I think he's ready. Let's go on back.
About time.
Hey Joe, you coming with us?
No, I'm gonna take a nap.
Upon meeting Q-Dog, Jordan is overwhelmed, and after a room tour bit,
Alright, bro, so I got my gun collection right here. Yeah, those mags, these. Oh, yeah, you wanna know what that window for right there? A lot of my ops come through this window, so I'm just like, boom, boom, boom.
That's a famous place on Google Maps. Like if you search up Q-Dog's Corner, right there. Q Harvey Oswald, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Q-Dog takes him to go see the studio.
You think that's crazy? Let's show you the stove!
You gotta see.
Oh boy, I cannot wait.
Alright, come on, man. This is a stove!
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, bro.
Q-Dog got the beat, homie with the dog. Hey, hey, I'll be making money in the bay. Hey, I'll be making money in the A. Hey, I'll be making money in the A.
That's so fucking fire, dude. That's fire.
After dissing Skippy on a track in the studio, lightning strikes and Gaylord is subsequently summoned.
Mess with me, I'll smack you in the face. You know that. All I gotta say is F Skippy.
I'm gonna get my strap out.
Why is there lightning in the middle of the day? That was crazy.
They don't realize what is happening until Gaylord rises up and shoots Q-Dog to death with a gun.
Put the door knock.
This leads to another epic fight sequence, which with the background of Landry's song Burial Site, all the cast teams up to beat Gaylord forever.
So betting all these hoes like a motherfucking bet. I'ma pull up, you know that that's a bet. When you gonna show up, I'm just gonna have to guess what's next. I'm really fucking tired of this rap shit, spitting hard, buying driving fancy cars. I'm up late night in the stew. What am I doing? I don't have a fucking clue.
Skippy Goes to Jail and its successor flopped pretty badly, but they were really fun to make and remain one of my favorites as far as rewatch value is concerned. After Skippy Goes to Jail, I abandoned any consideration of my audience and didn't worry about my analytics any further. With better skills in audio and video, I wanted to create an actual good film with a good plot and production that I could be proud of. This led me to use the latter half of 2022 to produce Little Homie's Big Problem. The project is only 15 minutes long, but it features an allegory of the Book of Job told through little homie figurines. The plot follows Jordan, who only cares about 3 things.
My shawty, my sexy magnet car, and the homies.
He follows the teachings of the Stonosaurus, who was a dinosaur who had everything, then after experiencing the world for its harsh realities, meditated and learned that being peaceful and a pacifist were the way to go. Jordan is perfectly happy with his life until he meets a man named Tyrone.
Sorry, I never properly introduced myself. My name is Tyrone.
Who strives to destroy Jordan's pacifism. Tyrone tries everything to destroy Jordan's pacifism by first taking his girlfriend,
Jordan, meet my ching-chong girlfriend.
What's up?
and then he destroyed his car, which was his prized possession.
Fight me!
No!
I said, fight me!
Oh man, I'm good.
Ching-chong F you!
After having a very scary dream sequence, Jordan wakes up to find Tyrone in bed with him. Tyrone informs him that he gave Jordan AIDS, ruining both his health and his friendships.
People still believe that? Like, it's literally been proven that everyone can get AIDS. I guess it just goes to show how homies hold on to the same shitty beliefs, even if they cap it.
Jordan's friends won't even speak with him.
Hey homies, let's shoot some moves, eh? Hey, what's wrong with y'all?
Heard you were gay. We's not homophobic. We just gotta be careful.
Oh, I'm not gay, Holmes. Tyrone just gave me AIDS. He told me in bed.
So that causes him to go on a long sad walk, realizing that he has nothing anymore.
Thinking about tomorrow, I'm not listening.
Then he runs into Tyrone, who insists all will be okay if he gives in to his temptation and breaks away from his pacifist principles.
I'm a pescatarian, Holmes. And I always will be.
Then what about if I take your life, huh?
Jordan refuses and Tyrone jumps off a cliff, taking him with him. Jordan emerges and he meets Stonosaurus, who tells him,
I put you through all this!
Jordan asks,
why?
To which the Stonosaurus replies by crushing his head off. As alluded to earlier, the plot has parallels to the Book of Job, which questions why bad things happen to good people. Yet it also takes into account the story of Buddha, while the devil character being Tyrone is actually a personal anecdote of a Chinese neighbor I had named Tyrone, who kept plotting on killing my dog. A cool little tidbit is that the voice of the Stonosaurus was Dana Snyder, who is a prominent voice actor and was actually the first celebrity at a Littlemore I had collaborated with. Overall, the production's kind of unfinished because I put way too much emphasis on editing and had to manually go in and key and do masks, and I got kind of tired of it, so at the end of the year I kind of just released it as it is. It's still a lot more watchable than Fender Benders, and although it's not like my favorite project, it's still a project I really enjoy and look fondly upon. Probably my favorite aspect was the credit scene, which Brandon made a guitar cover of the Smash Brothers soundtrack for it, and it came out pretty nice. Even as clunky as the production was, it took forever, and likely is the most work outside of this project that I had ever put into editing. All of the mouths had to be synced, and since it was before AI, every second had to be keyframed, which got me really comfortable with Final Cut Pro. So when I was bored again, Jordan and I thought we'd make a cooking video, which we did, except this time it came out really well. It definitely feels like something you could watch on YouTube, which is really cool because it's an upload you can show to your friends and family, and everyone seems to enjoy it. The video was semi-genuine, and well, as Hunter graciously explains it.
So basically, this concept is pretty simple. $30 budget for ingredients, 15 minutes to cook with set ingredients, and judges decide the winner. So basically just every other cooking show, except this time it's low budget.
It was fun to film the section in Walmart, as it came with some natural comedy gems.
$4, right?
Yeah.
4 plus 12? 4 plus 12. Okay. $16 minus 30. We have $14 left.
The egg, chocolate, banana, chocolate chips. Cool. That should be everything.
I'm sorry. Do you have any rosemary? Fresh rosemary? Do you have any fresh rosemary?
While Q-Dog tried to make some gourmet Exiliquit ramen, I tried for chocolate ramen, and our stress levels reflected that.
So I don't know how to check when milk's boiling, because I don't know if you can even boil milk.
This is why I had it on in the beginning.
It's cheating.
See, now, well, wow. No, I have to wait. What can I do while I wait? Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, it's not about precision. So you know it's gonna leak down to the bottom, there's no way to... A lot of people sleep on it? Ignore my fingers.
It's up.
Time is up.
I don't even know my bro. I don't even know my eggs, bro.
The judges were a fun piece and gave real reactions.
It's kind of good. I actually really like it.
You knew it could have definitely been cooked a little longer.
It's just a warm chocolate cake. I actually really like it. I would give this a 9. Just a complete 9. This is good.
Yeah, my favorite part is probably the ending.
Okay, and the winner is, without further ado, the champion of our first annual ramen cook-off, Mr. Quentin Davis!
Yeah! Ha! Ha!
Cute.
Oh my god, oh my
Overall, the video was very fun, and even though I didn't repost it, those who saw it enjoyed it, and that's all I cared about. Production became an enjoyable hobby to me, and since it was my senior year, I didn't care to produce for other people who I plan to never see again. As the second half of my senior year started, I had a serious coming of age moment where I knew I had to take my future more seriously. All goals of creativity were put to the side for goals involving my academic and financial future, so I put more hours into work and more emphasis on school. Still, I knew I couldn't leave anything unfinished, as I knew I needed one grand finale film and one grand finale movie. So I wrote a script for a dinosaur murder mystery and outlined the concepts for a last album. This last album will be called Give You Wings. In addition to having my favorite album cover, it's also my favorite album to date. If Trash Room 1 was good in that I made an album, and Trash Room 2 was good in the features, then Give You Wings was good in a sense of quality, as there are no bad songs in it. It starts off with the skit from Afro Man, yes, the Afro Man, in which I call for rap advice.
Hello, it's the Hungry Hustling American Dream. Afro Man speaking. May I help you?
Oh, hey, Afro Man. This is young Skippy. I'm just
Young Skippy.
Yeah. I'm a up-and-coming rapper, producer, hip-hop artist.
Who is young Skippy?
Oh, I made a Trash Room.
How did you get this phone number?
I was just calling around, seeing who would give me some rap advice.
Rap advice?
After lacking to see eye to eye, I tell him,
I don't really have any, struggles, trauma, none like that, nothing really to talk about. I just kind of take it off the dome.
Off the dome.
which transitions into my second song, Off the Dome, which features my cousin, who went by the King.
We off the dome, we take no notes, shooting like Atlantic Coke, fishing in my boat, alligators in my moat. We never had a home, so we stay off the dome. Prescription, that's a no-no. Woman gave me blow, then I said whoa, that's not a girlie, that's a bro. Yo, they say the pills, they make you home.
The song is about a court case about my questionable taste in women.
Case closed, I see the problem. You hooked to the pill like Offset, so ain't no telling who's getting the offense from your Johnson. I took a gander at the matter. You need help from the best in business. The King get you clean with the side piece.
The song is a lot of fun, and I really enjoy the Screwtown verse at the end.
So let's agree, it was either Charlie Sheen, Jay Charles, or the guy from the Big Lebowski. I can't even decide whether you're clean or guilty, but you look stressed from all the press and all the pets. Whatever it was, it got you looking like Charlie Jones. I didn't do my best. All I know is that this case is closed.
The next song is Father and Son Departure.
Cause you're buffet hopping, fishing, stopping, pistol packing, wishy-washing, poo-poo platters, errands fatter, send you around the rings of Saturn. Coming with the Reverend, that's my son. At the buffet we bring no guns, no die, no dash, then that's no fun. I see no shrimp, I turn, I run.
This song is a homage to Father and Son trilogy, starting all the way back to Father and Son Fishing Trip, and then Father and Son Buffet and Trash Room 1. I really enjoyed my verse on this song because it's filled with a bunch of inside jokes.
Hop on the track like a trampoline, jumping up and down like morphine. Never did hop off, so I stay on. Riding on, but not for long. Have no fans, but I stay strong. But I diss Garrett's mom, even though I keep the flow. Last track with Kid Up to his faux show. No more buffets, no mo. Never caught a fish though. Not rocking with homos. Wait, do dogs wear clothes?
Baker Hotel was next and featured my other cousin, Elias.
I got baked in the Baker Hotel. Yeah, I caught a case in Mineral Wells. Cops told me I was going to jail, but you know dang well I couldn't pay my bail.
The song revolved around a true story about getting arrested in the famous Baker Hotel of Mineral Wells for trespassing.
I ran and ran like it was a wholesale. Ran left, then I ran right. My flight was seen as fight to the 9. Now convicted for a crime that I didn't commit.
I really enjoyed Elias's telling of the story.
We'll only take young Skippy in for a couple weeks. You can't do that, all the inmates will take his cheeks. Look at the female officer, made her weak. Then she was like, fine, you can pay a fine, cause you're fine. I'm like, alright. Meanwhile, Ham Rule is in a brutal fist fight with the pigs. Young Skippy better fix this.
The next song was Bali, standing for...
Stands for Big Boss Bree, that's me.
Stands for Old Skippy, O.
We got Larry the Lobster on the track.
And we got Young
Skippy.
The song is very disorienting and features both my pet lobster and the real Skippy, which, yes, is a dog. The song will forever be a classic due to its randomness, and I also really enjoyed Sabrina's lyrics.
It's a crustacean, I'm a fiend, he my latest fixation. Got a game like PlayStation, ask around, I'm the best in the nation. Can't lie, only gaslighting I do is arson. Burning gas, smoking fast like 11 in the PM. Shout out Skippy, you know all these bitches wanna DM. Skippy smells like peanut butter.
This fun song was also followed by a change of pace with Roe v. Wade.
This is a subject that's very, very serious to me. And it's just something that really affects me as a straight white man. And I just can't. I hate when other people talk about it because they tell it so wrong.
Don't worry, like the F Israel song, it has nothing to do with abortion, and instead is a spoof on NF and his dramatic music.
Going to the store to purchase some s'mores. Looking through the aisles, it was a galore. She came out, looked around, she didn't make a sound. She picked up some s'mores and then walked out. Store clerk said, "Hey, you forgot to pay."
My favorite lyric was probably at the end.
She cried and cried, but couldn't shed a tear because of her peers. They just stayed so supportive. They made the jail into a forest, and although Roe wasn't gay, she did adore it. Then she met him, he was so fit. They fell in love and had little kids, but he died because he lacked riz. The other girls in the prison, they hated him, so they killed him. And before he died, he revealed his name. His name was Wade.
Following Roe v. Wade is At the Light.
Skinny JJ, we at the light. ATL every day, you know we feeling high. Double up with the Sprite, going 35. Real estate every night, that's on sight.
Featuring Skinny JJ, the song is both a reference to me giving him rides to school and an entourage to his last song.
Waiting at a light in the 06 Miata. Acted so rad, shoulda think I'll ride a Honda. Have a cold heart, but my actions are hotter. Donate to the poor, so that's a day nada.
My favorite verse is Jake's last verse, which is probably his hardest one today.
No problems in the dirty, and that's where my city at. Selling switches up, so you know Mystique on the map. Ain't no simp, but you don't wanna hear all that. Gonna go dolphin, but I'll leave the fans with the track. Got brand new eyes, cause I don't believe these Adams out here acting like they some Eve. There is no need to please, I just go and achieve. Cause Skinny JJ just retired for the century.
This is followed by Only Child Anthem, another solo song.
Just wanted new Benz, I sell drugs to children at the Ruin Lot. No, I don't smoke pot, I color outside the lines. I do crime, I smoke crimes, I serve some time. Yeah, you know I can't lie.
The song is making fun of Green Day and other punk rock artists, and uses outlandish lines, which once again were misinterpreted by the superficial sound. My favorite verse was probably,
I'm feeling high and on the defensive, crawling around, looking for prey. I spray VOC saying F the government. ATF, they can lick my nuts. DEA, they do sell drugs. CIA is done corrupt. In the FHA, they can lick my nuts. Again.
because like, what does that even mean? Yet the best song of the album is probably Rick and Morby.
Even though I'm underground, you know I stay up. Staying up, I got no love. Dog is a vampire, he wants to suck your blood. And maybe other things, but only for funds. He stays at the pub, I tried to get him help, but he ain't want none. He refused it, and then beat me clueless.
This song features Q-Dog, and even though the lyrics don't make sense, it's actually really good.
With a fatality, I just bought my new melody. I just caught a new felony. I just ate a battery. Feeling like a motherfucking fan. Feeling like a motherfucking fan. Back with so damn, I be wearing no pants. Golf with no hands, my girl from Japan. I ran from Iran, I'm a fam, not a man. Growing up in the van, fucking that plan. I'm the motherfucking man fam.
This song is followed by Diego's underwater adventure. It features Diego as an evil captain of the submarine and his seamen, which were all played by Arian, Ruben, and I.
You beat me relentless, horny as a toad, only in the blondes, crazy like a nun, smoking methamphetamine, made him a fiend. Now my house is so lean, cause he dresses like a drag queen.
Diego probably had the best verse in the song with
bigger than the Byzantine. No, I don't need creatine. Constantine, killing homosexuals with the guillotine. Riding on this subatomic submarine, like a quantum machine, tripping in machines. Diametrically be feasting your pride while keeping tabs on your brag. Cause you already know I'm driving Lewis Hamilton's ride. I'm moving fast till I die, leaving my children behind. Cause you already know I'm going after girls in their prime.
And my second to last song was called Ice, which stood for
The International Candy Enterprise.
The song mocked country music and was a lot of fun to make.
Playing up to chase some rats, private tractor, private bass. Let's go burning that is facts. He go run up some lads, beat them in craps. Take the earn and pay no tax. Get in my truck, flexing all the way up to the top of the dome. Got no beds, got no homes. I go call out to the phone. I'm behind bars alone. Got the boots and the chrome. Belt buckle, make a moan. If life is a highway, I'ma stay in my zone.
And then this led me to my final song, Give You Wings, which the album was named after. Knowing that I would someday reflect on my music, the song was largely for the same purpose as this current video. Taking on a conversation with future me and present me, we reflect and argue about the potential harm my creative endeavors will cause me.
Just drive me crazy how you wasted this time, a valuable resource that's worth every dime. If you did research beyond basic crimes, you might have a decent job, and most of all, you might have a life. I ain't getting to play with these lines, I think you could tell that one alright. Yet the part you missed was about these rhymes. I ain't trying to fool, and I ain't trying to pull, and even if I did, well at least I tried. Yeah, I may have wasted my life, but honestly it's fine, because if you're what the future holds, then I'd rather die. But before I say goodbye, I wanna give you wings so you could fly. Do what you want, but don't get too high. But all I'll say for now is that I hope it works out. I hope you stay happy and well. Don't act stupid, and don't forget, you live with no regrets. That's Young Skippy out, man.
After my final album was released, I knew I had one more thing I needed to do. Make a final movie. So, I collected the lines for the dinosaur murder mystery I wrote, which was to be an all-female cast with a cool twist ending. Yet, when reviewed by my close friend Diego, he explained to me that I should abandon the project and start over, this time using visual elements to work with audio rather than against it. And what he meant was that I tended to overuse dialogue and underemphasize the role of music, lighting, color, and setting in my projects. So I took his advice and did a complete revamp, which led to my favorite project yet, Zamani. Although it was a short film, only about 20 minutes long, it covered deep topics such as substance abuse and depression, neither of which I was struggling with at the time, funny enough. The story starts off in a dino society that is living in the world of P2K, which is the anticipation that a meteor is going to end all life as they knew it.
The infamous asteroid attack, or more popularly known as P2K, was the final breaking point in dino society. The asteroid, about 10 miles in length, was expected by dino scientists to end all life as we know it. And it never hit. But the effects did for sure.
All the dinosaurs, knowing that nothing mattered, live life to the fullest for the first time.
Holy shiitake.
Yo, what's up with you, little bro?
I think I'm laughing. I think I'm happy.
I'm so fucked up right now, yo. I don't even know what I am, dino homie.
Homie?
Yeah, you know, like a friend.
I thought we couldn't have those.
It's who, yo? The world's ending. You can have whatever you want, dino homie.
Hey, isn't this great? The world is ending. Our pain is over.
Alright, dino homie, keep partying till that meteor hit.
Yet the meteor would never hit, and all of them had to return to their dull lives.
Yeah, I hated my life. Every second of it. I guess I just figured all dinos were as miserable in their own ways, so that just sort of justifies our torment to each other, you know?
The plot then picks off with Relic, who is a dinosaur that takes a substance called Zamani, which is symbolic of escape, but also serves to be a drug presumably. Whenever he takes Zamani, it personifies a hallucinogenic orca, and although originally voiced by Sabrina, I removed her lines last minute and replaced it with the subtitle for better effect.
Worse and worse every day.
Zamani helps Relic escape and linger in the memories of P2K, where he met his first love.
all us dinos, we so different, yet here we all are celebrating the end of the world. It's like the shared feeling of death
when you wanna cry. You're the only one I want. Can you be my prize? Every time you leave my room, girl, I feel so alone. Every time I try to call, you better pick up your phone.
Yo, Relic.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And his best friend was still alive.
Spiky? Spiky? Spiky, no!
He repeats the cycle and neglects his health, but all comes crashing down whenever he is sober. Then one day, after taking too much Zamani, Relic goes into a mental spiral where he must battle his own inner thoughts.
But this world doesn't make me happy either. This all hurts my head. The color isn't real, it's the same dull world just painted, but the paint will soon fade and I'll have to face the dull reality.
This is a very trippy sequence, and although well done, I fear it might be too well done, as those that watched it feared I might have a substance abuse problem, but I just really like film.
No, this is awful, get me out. No, this isn't what I want at all. Get me out of here!
Upon waking up in a destroyed house, Relic leaves to get more Zamani, where he meets Stonosaurus, yes, still voiced by Dennis Snyder, who gives him advice on change.
No, you're just a doped up dino, confused and looking for escape from this pain of a world. I hate my life. Last time I was happy was when the world was ending.
Wow, that really was wild. On second thought, wow.
Yeah, I remember alright.
That, my friend, was wild.
I get it, jeez. Quit living in the freaking past.
Man, homie, I'm gonna go meditate under a rock or something. I can't do this anymore.
I can't either. I think I'm just going to give up.
Or you can enjoy being the herbivores.
Maybe he's right.
He then decides to quit Zamani and begins cleaning his life up, represented by a cleaning room, which leads to the end of the film. The end of the film is cut off by little homie figurines who kind of debate the same thing that they were talking about in Give You Wings, which was a message to my future self, basically.
Just give it a chance, man.
I've given it a chance, and that's time I'll never get back.
I think what my client is trying to say that while the movie may not be quality A, it is still unique in its own right, and he enjoyed making it. So that's what really matters at the end of the day.
This world is full of matter. That doesn't change anything.
My client has a proposition.
What?
Will you be willing to stay for the credits?
Why would we stay for the...
Oh, yes, and how could I forget? The most notable achievement was getting Dino Chris Hansen in the film. The credits were not lying.
Why don't you take a seat right over there?
Who are you?
So what are you doing here tonight?
Oh, you know, just hanging out.
Hanging out with a dead herbivore carcass?
Oh no, that was just here when I got here.
We have footage of you mauling the carcass to bits.
This can't be happening.
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Who are you?
I'm Dino Chris Hansen from BC, and you're on To Catch a Predator.
Dino Chris Hansen, no!
Even though my last film essentially got no views, and did worse than any of my other content as no one even bothered to watch it, I was so satisfied with the production that I didn't even mind. It was such a good ending and I could move on to the next chapter of my life. I spent the summer with family and friends. No production, no book, no work, just solely enjoying my last summer before I moved to Austin and started university. The summer was very good. Too good that when I went to Austin, my life slowly turned into a little bit of a hell. Having people around me my whole life, having always been working and having always been creating, my new life as an unemployed university student was awful. I had no friends and couldn't seem to make any either. I joined a fraternity, but I couldn't seem to fit in with the guys. I started keeping a journal series about personal philosophies and belief, but these journals slowly became my crutch. And once September led to tragedy, I stopped going outside and would only write in the journals. They became a bad crutch, and mixed with other issues, it was clear that being in my head was the wrong answer, so I returned to creation. Sound of Cockroaches was my winter project, which is a 35,000-word novella that featured a boy named Antonio. Antonio was born in a poor situation that time did not seem to mitigate. This made him very driven as he would only look forward to driving in academics and work. He refused to deal with the tragedy that existed in his life and only worked harder as he wished for wealth to settle his problems. The first act is largely based on his growing up. He is haunted by the sounds of cockroaches at night, which keeps him up. He finds solitude in a pet rat, which he takes care of and spends a lot of time with his best friend and girlfriend, where he finds an escape from his pathetic father. After his best friend and girlfriend hook up, he becomes distraught and reaches his final straw when his father kills his rat, not knowing it was his pet. As he lies in bed listening to the sound of cockroaches, he blames himself for making connections to earthly things and believes he only needs to work harder. The second act is about him working harder. He is distant and suspicious of any connection and becomes extremely wealthy through his work. Yet even after becoming a millionaire, he can't seem to get rid of the sound of cockroaches. It drives him so mad that he kills himself to escape the sounds. Having finished Sound of Cockroaches made me feel good, and although no one would ever see it, it generated my own satisfaction, so I got to work on my next project that spring. The album would be called a country album, and although released, it was not promoted on my social media, being my first solo album and all, so no one really saw it. My favorite thing about this album is the experimentation, as every song takes a different country subgenre, but it's also like in order, as the first song is really goofy, and then for some reason it gets more serious as the album progresses. The first song is a country intro.
Mama was a copper and daddy was a hippie. Drove my old truck through Jackson, Mississippi. Drank a few beers, had a few tears. Smoke a big bowl for the brand new year.
The song mimics country rock and includes an interesting diss verse on Peter Singer.
The only rainbows I see is on my gun rack. Peter Singer is not my girlfriend. I don't care of his importance. Won't donate to the poor, cause I abhor it. Stealing money like I'm the Church of Mormon.
The second song is Beer Party. The song is mocking politics and country music, making fun of songs like Beers for My Horses and Drinking Class.
I voted for the beer party. We finna get real naughty.
2, 3, or 6, or 8. It doesn't really matter, it just matters how late.
The third song is Home Sweet Austin. The song is almost a direct parody of Sweet Home Alabama with insane auto-tune.
You get on the floor and say, please take me back to Austin.
The fifth song is Unemployed Anthem.
I ain't had a job in a big fat minute, not
working for the check is working by the minute. I'm going 9 to 4 and I still don't know the limit, but I'm feeling alright and I'm pushing it through. It's probably my favorite song on the album, as it makes fun of like Jason Aldean and others, but it's also a song about the free time unemployed people have.
But I'm unemployed and it makes me feel great. I don't go to bed and I wake up late. Rue called me slob and said I should get a job. I looked at him and I just say that I'm unemployed and that's my fate.
The sixth song is Parental Advice. This was my best attempt to make a Darius Rucker style song, and it came out interesting to say the least.
I cried and cried, I whined and whined, that's what I did, I'm not gonna lie, I cried.
Cried so much that I called my dad. I asked him if there's a promised land, if there's a place to go after our life ends. He told me, son, it's all part of the plan. Some go to paradise and some get damned, and we're just on the other end.
The seventh song is Mazda Miata.
The car didn't do it, the mistakes were mine, but I'm sitting here thinking about my crime. The cop sure gave me a big old fine, but no fine was heavier than my deprived.
While it sounds serious if you listen to the lyrics, you'll see that I'm just mocking indie country music, as I'm talking about a Miata I had before Austin.
Mazda Miata. You're an 06, but you look like a 9. You're 2 years younger, but you're so fine.
The eighth song is Appalachian Appreciation.
Cause I've been traveling day and night, drifter fast with a drifter wife, but I'm sure lonely in these streets, see right through the twisted teeth.
This is the first song I actually made that I was being serious on, and I actually still kind of like it.
She was moving fast away when a glacier moves, a glacier's made, but I do wonder every day if things may be a big mistake. When I'm screaming out to the woods, I wonder if a glacier would come and take me right away, take me from this awful place.
The ninth song is Drunkery Rock. This song is pretty cool, and it's my own song.
This is not my type of song. This is not my sad and me wrongs. I'm going through a portal, but it's gone wrong, cause I'm right here singing this love song.
The 10th song is Steak and Shakes. This was actually an attempt at a serious diss track, and is a country rap style song.
And I write the song cause I write wrong when I'm writing on these magazines. Don't need penthouses and the penttowers, I got 3,000 and I'm counting it. I go hard on it when it's downpouring, I'm like rain on these travelers, cause I'm crashing down fast like I'm teaching the class about cabinets, but it don't matter when the counterfeit.
The 11th song is the Country finale. This song takes on an old country style, but incorporates a new flow in every one, and is very experimental as a whole, as it ranges from religion to Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, I've got some questions for you. And I have no choice, but I need to know if it's true.
The final song is the Young Skippy finale. The song isn't really a song, and instead is a bunch of audio clips of things, as if I was listening to it before I was dying.
My name is Ryan.
Oh, that's
so unique. Normally people don't have those, you know? Other names there.
That's funny.
I like them.
Thank you.
I still continue to use my production skills on school projects, which was a lot more rewarding at the university level, as professors actually appreciated the work I put into it, and some pretty cool productions came out of it. The Sisyphus Scurry was for a philosophy class, and out of the 10 groups we got first place, which granted us an A.
I am captain of the Flow State team.
I'm Team Stoicism.
I represent hedonism.
I represent faith.
Hello, I'm team captain representing Moral Saints.
And what inspired you?
You want to see what's inspired me? These people.
Jorge Martinez Nunez was a production I made with Gabby and Addie for our final Spanish class project, which really showcased my editing and was really fun and got us 100.
Esta comida es deliciosa. Me gustan mucho. Hola, yo mirando para el mejor espaguetis en Italia.
Regresa donde te vienes. Tú no perteneces aquí.
Italia no es lo que a Jorge se lo creo que ser.
Also, I had this random thing where I made fun recipe videos, such as the potato recipe for 2023, If you're broke in college and need to bring mashed potatoes to the Friendsgiving, this video is for you. I went ahead and grabbed a measuring cup, tablespoon, serving spoons, some small saucepan, large pot, and potatoes, but it's possible to do this with just the potatoes. You're gonna go ahead and use a spoon and beat them even more in the bowl, or if you don't have a spoon, you could also use your hands. Whenever they look like mashed potatoes and they look yummy to eat, you can go ahead and add them in a Ziploc bag, and the recipe is finished. And the deviled egg recipe for 2024. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is go through your local fridge and grab any eggs you can find. I personally avoid grabbing any cage-free eggs, but let's not get political. Next, you're going to get that bowl and you're going to fill it with some cold water. Then you're going to add some Coke. Finally, you're going to add some 2% milk, and it's very important that you use 2% and not whole milk. Once your mixture is complete, you're going to go ahead and take an egg, put it in the mixture, give it about 5 to 10 seconds, take it out, and peel it. And that's all there is to it. Nice, simple, and free, and all the friends will love it. They're fun, short little things, and they were fun to make, but they kind of serve to be pointless, as I had an idea for a big project called Frat House Cooking, which would be a cheap and goofy cooking channel. But the idea remains largely that. Just an idea I have for a production, and is limited to these 2-minute compilations. At this point, I had friends, and I was pretty happy with university, and there was one more project I never really completed, which was the Skippy book. Starting back almost 8 years ago, I started on the only project I never finished. So I knew that I had to properly lay young Skippy to rest, and I needed the one more project my mother actually liked. So I got to work on wrapping it up, but I didn't realize how bad my writing was, and I had to redo the entire book. So I started over, and it took me about a year, but I finally finished my first technical novel with 45,000 words in a printed copy. Writing a book is what I started my creative journey with, and that's what I finished it with. I was very happy to be done, and it's really what put it all to close. And so that was the Me Doc, or whatever it ends up being titled. I'll put on Cluster Truck in the back, so I kind of end it as I started it. Also makes less work at editing for me, which is ideal, because I'm kind of tired of editing. But yes, this is obviously the end, and I guess it's more like the end of an era rather than like the end of a certain bit. And I mean, I plan to go to law school, which is kind of part of the reason I made this video, because I'm like, if someone finds all this stuff, they're gonna like take one scene out of context. But yeah, I plan to go to law school. I plan to get married. I ran a marathon like recently-ish, depending on when this is released. And yeah, so I have other goals, but like as far as, you know, making stop motion car movies, it's you know, that's in the past, and this is more putting that to rest. And obviously, like, if you asked me 2 years ago from today, or literally 2 years ago from today, I'll be like, no, I don't make productions anymore. That's what I did in high school. But as you see, there's still about 10 minutes of productions after that, or, you know, the equivalent of 10 minutes in this. So I guess the question I have for myself is, how do I actually know I'm done this time? And it's not as easy of a question as it sounds, because, like I say, if you asked me 2 years ago, I would tell you I was already done, and this would be kind of confusing at why there's more projects. I think the 3 main reasons I'm actually sure I'm complete with production is, for one, making this, and this is like actually a way I can put all this stuff to rest, because as you could tell by the way I talk about it, and if you don't know me, and maybe if you do know me, shoot, this sounds like really prideful. This whole thing is like extremely like, oh, like, look at all this cool stuff I've done. And I mean, it's true, right? I have like a very big pride in all this stuff, because it's like, it obviously took a lot of time, right? And I was kind of around people that didn't really see the value of it, and to this day, there's no one that really sees the value in it besides me, because there's not like inherent value, right? Like, either you watch it and you are like, why? Or you're like, that's pretty cool. But like, no one really, you know, saw like the heat, the sunburn, all the awfulness that came with it. And, you know, obviously people have done much more than I have, but this is like a big part of my life, and I kind of just don't want it forgotten. And that's why I made this, because this is like the most I've ever edited, obviously, and probably one of the biggest projects, or if not the biggest project I ever made, because it's everything. And I know doing this in a lot of ways it's like completes the paradox, you know, and it puts everything to rest, because it's like, here's what I have to show, and it's done. Even if no one sees it, right? Because I realistically don't expect anyone to see this. Besides, I told Jordan, I sent it to him, so maybe my girlfriend will watch it too. I don't know. Which brings me well into my second point, which is my woman, which I'll kind of omit her name for safety reasons, question mark. But I am engaged. I do plan to get married. I plan to move to Chicago, and I plan to start a family there. That shouldn't change. Lord willing, that'll work out. And I mean, I want to put more values on like morals, reading, academics, work, sort of the whole family thing. Because when starting a family, it's like, if I just F around all day and make videos, and even if I'm unemployed, doesn't really matter. But when you have like a family, it does matter, because that's influential minds, and more people are counting on you than just yourself. And I'm like very big on, you should be the leader of the household, and I should not be doing this. I should be working, which is why I'm doing this too. And why I think Productions is dead, to be honest. Which transitions well into my final point, which is that production isn't dead. It's still very alive, and anytime I'm given a project that's creative, I go above and beyond because I like doing that stuff. And I'll always work on books. Me and the woman are working on a book right now together, and I have a few personal projects brewing. And I do it because it's fun, right? Same reason I made this. It's fun. And if you're a potential employer, potential colleague, or potential future anyone, and you see this and you're like, yeah, I don't think I want to associate with someone like that, well, good, because I really don't want to associate with you either. And I'd rather do this and lose someone that wouldn't value this than see someone that's like, oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't want to associate with you either if you don't like this. If you are okay with it, then cool, glad to meet you. But to all those other ones, there's an hour way to say F you.